Hi and welcome to the channel. Now today I thought I'd give a very quick demonstration because I've been asked this question only a couple of times, but a fella come round recently and bought a pair of speakers off me, which is a very rare occasion, someone actually buying a pair of speakers and coming up and collecting them off me. I usually break them up or whatever, but he was just inquiring and it suddenly reminded me, how long do these surrounds last and these old speakers? Now this particular speaker is 50 years old, well, over 50 years old. It's got a rubber surround. Now you will find some speakers that has got a foam surround like the AR-18s for instance, and when you see them advertised on eBay and places like that, a lot of the time some of the foam's missing, it's got holes in the foam or it's completely missing. Of course you can re-foam them, all that kind of stuff, but it's not an easy job by any stretch of the imagination. Something I don't think I'd do. I'll get someone to do it for me probably, but anyway, going back to the actual question, how long do they last? Well, I should say that the foam ones just disintegrate. You know, it's not so much the moving up and down like that. They just disintegrate anyway. I had a graphic equalizer and a couple of other old items recently where the sliders popped out and you had a kind of foam to stop the dust going in there, and when you open it up the foam just disintegrated. You usually picked up the piece of foam and it disintegrated in your hands, and that was the case on a pair of speakers I had, which were the Kef Concord speakers. They were supposed to have a foam front, and all I found was a pile of dust down the bottom, which I managed to hoover out. Anyway, going back to this is an old speaker. It's got quite a thick surround. Now sometimes these kind of like dry up. Ditton Works has got a video where he puts some brake fluid on I think it's a pair of Spender speakers he's got, where this kind of dried up and stopped the movement going in and out so much. But that's another story. You know, only do that at last resort, I suppose. You may be able to get something like an upholstery thing or something like that you could put in there, some kind of oil that would maybe make this a bit looser. But you know, this one here, 55 years old, is still working fine. So I'm going to move that out of the way just a minute and bring something else in. Just bring this one. This is a very small speaker, and these surrounds seem to last, not unless it's foam, even the paper ones seem to last quite a long time. The foam ones, again, it's not so much the movement, because this is just a mid-range and this hardly moves at all, so this ain't going to be, it's not going to do any damage to it. It's just literally just going to disintegrate over time. But today's videos are really about rubber foam, so I'm going to bring this speaker in here. Like I say, I'm no expert here, but I just thought I'd give a demonstration. You see a lot of these bass speakers and these main drivers bouncing up and down, in and out, and they kind of go in and out quite a distance when you see on some of these where they're pumping some watts into, moving up and down, and you think over time that this would maybe give way, this rubber. But I'm just going to show you how strong this rubber actually is. I mean, this speaker's probably 10, 15, 20 years old anyway. Been well used. It's a speaker I don't need anymore. So what I'm going to do, it still works, but I just don't need it. I'm just going to kind of give you a demonstration here. I thought you may be interested to see. Here's the movement. You've got plenty of movement in this. How much it actually takes to rip this here. If I push my fingers, I'm actually going to, through the back, I'm actually going to rip the actual cone itself rather than the rubber. But we're going to give this a go. So here we go. Just for a matter of interest, maybe, of how much pressure you've got to put on here to actually rip this. And now I'm really putting some pressure on there, and hopefully you can see. It's obviously not, knocked it out of shape a little bit, but I'm just trying to show you how much pressure you've got to exert to get this foam to actually start ripping. So if I can do an angle, see my fingers coming through there, hopefully. Here we go. See, now it's finally pulled off. Now it took quite a bit of pressure, but as you'd see, it's not actually ripping the foam. The foam's not actually ripped. The foam's still intact there. That foam, not the foam, sorry, the rubber's still intact there. Now you won't obviously be able to do this with foam. This was a foam speaker. Just doing something like that would probably ruin the foam, probably put your finger through it. But this is rubber, and it's still not split it at all. That's still unbelievably strong. And all that's happened really is the glue's come undone, which over a period of time can happen on these speakers. They sit in damp or just sit somewhere and the glue finally gives way. So that's something. You may get a speaker that's got something like this where all of it's fine now, just a little bit of it here. It's got a bit of glue come undone, so just a bit of glue in there would put that right. And pretty much the case here. If I was just to re-glue that now, this speaker is going to work fine still. So it just shows you how strong this actual surround is, to the stage when I probably have to put, if I can get the angle right to show you, not got much light here, but I wanted to show you this, is actually push the screwdriver all the way through, and I'm really putting that, there we go, it's just not going to give way. there you go. This is ridiculously strong stuff. I'm really stretching that with all my might now. There you go. So that's how strong the rubber is around the speaker. Now I take it that's going to be pretty much everyday speakers as well. So there you go. Now I've managed to completely remove that. Anyway, just a quick video to show how strong the rubber surround is on your speakers, just in case you was getting worried, anyone. Like I say, a few people have asked me over the 3 years, and the bloke recently asked me, probably a bit worried how long the speakers were going to last. I think the foam's going to last for pretty much ever. Got more chance of maybe blowing them up or something like that than actually the not the foam, keep calling it the foam, the rubber, than the rubber actually giving way. There you go, quick video. Until the next one, I'll see you all soon.